Welcome to Subramani. Though normally I don't talk too much about credit, very important part of your wealth creation journey depends on how smartly or how badly you handle your credit. So there is something called a CIBIL score, which internationally is more famous as the FICO score, which tells your prospective lender, renter, employer what is your credit rating. So he says this is the score, and which means this person is rated very high, which means the chances of your getting your payment on time is high. That's what it says. It says based on this person's past behavior, we think in future this is what he will do. Now your CIBIL score is a function of many things. It's your payment history, how long, how prompt you have been in your payment. So if you've always paid on time for say 15 years or 20 years, they will have records for maybe less, but they know that nobody has ever reported you on not payment, so it's assumed that you're paying on time. You've never paid interest and on your borrowings, which means on your credit cards, and so therefore that is good. So first of all that, and then how much of amount you owe. Suppose you have a credit card with a limit of 15 lakhs and at any point in time you're not spending more than 2 lakhs and you're paying on time, which means you owe nothing. So based on that, length of the history, so the longer the length, so this to be used very sensibly. If you have one card which you took in say 2004 and one card which you took in 2016 and you want to shut down the card, you are better off shutting down the 2016 card, right, instead of the 2004 card, because the 2004 card carries more history and the history will get wiped out if you close that card, right? So having a longer history is more useful. And of course how much of new credit you keep asking for and getting, and how intelligently or smartly you use the credit. Do you use the credit at all? When you don't use the credit at all, your rating is higher, but if you use the credit responsibly, then also your credit rating is reasonably intact and good, right? So what can you do to improve your credit rating? You suddenly check your credit rating and you find it's not too great. So first is ask for a full report, and which you are entitled to, and fix the errors. Somebody else's credit history could have got tagged on. Our bankers are notoriously inefficient. This whole CIBIL score, which is told to you that it is for you to improve your life, it is only partially true. Of course, if you have a fantastic rating, let's say you have a rating of 800 plus and somebody else has a rating of 700, obviously the guy with 800 will get 1% kind of saving in mortgage rates. This is not something small. If you're taking a 1 crore loan and you're going to save 1 lakh a year, that you're going to save 1 lakh a year, which is 1%. That's not small at all. So yes, it's high, but CIBIL is also meant to harass you, because let's say you got a card and you didn't know that you had to surrender the card, so you said I don't want it, you just threw it away. 1 year later it was a chargeable thing, so 1 year later you were debited with 600 rupees on that card. You didn't bother. Then after 5 years you suddenly find that you owe 25,000 rupees on that card, right? Charges, penalty, penal rates of interest, etc., and that has brought down your rating. Now you go and you find that out, you have to go and fix the error. So the bank which has issued you this card is going to say, of course we will give you a new due claim provided you pay it. So right, so first fix the errors. If the error is small, just pay up. These guys are relentless. They will make sure that your credit rating does not change till you pay them. You may have to have some compromise and say I didn't know about the card, I didn't know about the charges, but you cannot say you did not receive the mail, you cannot say you did not receive the SMS, WhatsApp, whatever, right? So you really can't escape. So first step one is to fix the errors and make sure that there are no errors in your statement or in your credit score. Your credit score should not be because of errors in your data, right? So go check it, and if you have some old cards which have to be sorted out, just sort it out, throw it out maybe if you're not using it, right? Or if it's an old card, then occasionally use it so that it creates a better history. So it's your choice. right? Second, obviously the easier one is to say always pay on time. That always makes sense. You go and negotiate and take a personal loan, but don't take a credit card loan, because credit card loans are far more expensive. So don't take a credit card loan, take a personal loan. So that you can do. Then fairly obvious things, try to live within your means. If you're living off your credit because you had a one-time expense which was not covered by insurance or things like that, I can understand. But regularly, if you're living beyond your means, obviously you need a lifestyle change. I can easily say spend less. That is easy for me. It may not be easy for you. You may be forced to, you may be supporting a bigger family than I have ever done. All that's fine, but make sure that you make the payment on time and you do not borrow too much. Do not borrow too much. Sorry, it may sound very philosophical, but the question is, try to live on what you have rather than borrow, right? Keep the older outstanding accounts on, and make sure that you're making all the payments. If you are into a debt trap kind of a situation, make sure you make a list of credit cards and external debt, and make sure that you pay the minimum in every case. If you don't pay the minimum, then it gets to be even worse and dirty, right? So make sure you don't make too many card applications. Even if you make card applications and it comes to a stage when they're going to give it to you and you don't take it for whatever reasons, you were just having fun, you didn't actually want the card. All those, understand the difference between a soft inquiry, which is your landlord asking them about your credit history, or your potential employer asking. Those are soft inquiries. Hard inquiry is when you say, oh, I am entitled to so much, I have not yet taken, can I take this card, etc., etc. And when you apply for a card, all that is hard inquiries. Whether you use it or no is very different, but yes. Have a mix of 2-3 credit cards if you want, and if you want to juggle. One with a big limit which you can use for admitting somebody into hospital, and the other small ones for your travel and hotel needs and all. You could have a tight limit of say 75,000 rupees or something, so that you use it wherever you want, and the maximum you can lose is 75,000 rupees, right? One of the, if you have a poor track record for not paying on time, you might be better off taking a credit card with the backing of a fixed deposit. So go and make a fixed deposit of 50,000 and take a card against that, so that first of all, so that you get a card, and second, you get time to establish your credit history. Make sure that you listen to everything else, that you pay on time, etc., etc. And taking a card with a FD to back it is far safer for you and for the banker, and the banker will give it to you, and after 6 months, if he finds that you have behaved well, he'll increase the limit, he'll make sure you can break the FD, right? All these things will happen. You're just trying to establish a better track record than what you have had in the past. That's all. Thank you.